Hello and welcome to another Near Reading cast. As always, my name's Jono and I'm joined once again by Joey. How's it going, Joey?
It's going fine, Jono.
Good. In the third round of the UK Games Expo Regional, in the third elimination round I should say, we have on the left hand side Alex White playing IG and on the right hand side Dave Hoyland playing Whizzard. These two, you may be aware, are the last two UK national champions that we have had. Alex, the current reigning national champion.
Yeah, and from Dave's mat, you can see that he's also had quite a lot of world success as well.
He has had some recent world
2
success.
2 years running, he's top forward.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty good players.
They are both incredibly good players, yes.
Yeah.
And we've got on the left-hand side IG. This is the awful prison IG you may have read about in the newspaper.
Yeah. In the newspaper.
And on the right-hand side, we've got Whizzard, Siphon Whiz. Now, given that it's Siphon Whiz and it's Dave Hoyland, and it definitely has Siphon, of course, is not icing HQ on turn 1 a risk?
Especially when you discard 2 cards. So that's his bin, right?
So that is a legitimate opening if you're not going to get...
Draw, iced, yeah.
He does get siphoned. That is a legitimate opening if you're not going to get siphoned. So I'm going to defend Alex here.
Alex head in hand. He knows he's lost the game.
If you draw a bunch of cards and stick them in archives, then that immediately ups the trash cost of all your stuff. And it's a strong way of mitigating Whizzard, right?
Yeah. Because
it suddenly kind of turns off Whizzard ability.
So
unless you get siphoned.
Alex told us in the podcast he didn't know for sure that it was siphonless.
That's true. They didn't play. Oh well, they were paired during the day, I think, and ID'd. Is that
yes,
true?
They ID'd. They ID'd in the middle of the day.
Early, just because they didn't want to play.
So he can't. So does he want to trash the shock? No, because he wants to go run in the bin now.
Yeah. So he's gonna. That's right. So he's gonna run on. He's gonna lead the shock. He's gonna run the bin. Yeah. He's gonna force Alex to deal with the shock, basically.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna run it again.
Yeah. Okay. Trash that. I'd say with Whizzard.
Yeah.
Seems good. Okay. So a strong start from Dave. Immediately he's on 15 credits to 0, and he can start pressuring R&D. If he's got medium or something, he'd go to town. He might not even consider that. He might just be happy to
try and keep control of the pieces. Like as long as there's no face down cards in the bin, Mumbad City Hall's not going to do crazy things. He'll check every remote right now.
Yeah, of course.
So that won't happen because he can trash everything.
That's true. There's no trash. Interesting. Cerebral static. So we may see that get played if Alex gets some spare money.
He's still got the 14 credits to start dealing with.
Yeah, he can trash stuff. That's right. And an agenda might not be that far away because Alex's defences don't really exist. So we can get that run on HQ. Yeah, museum. That's a good one to trash. So these are some delightful cards to trash.
Whizzard already done a lot of work.
Yeah.
Alex did admit that he didn't know that there were siphons in the deck, but he did think it's Dave. And also Dave did say, you realise I'm playing Siphon Whizzard, right?
Yeah.
And Alex chose to ignore him.
Interesting. So we've got a Future Perfect on R&D, a side game. This
0, bid 0.
This is click 2, so he can run multiple times.
And Alex is poor, so Alex will bid 0 for sure.
He does. Okay. So he's happy to give up, as happy as you can be, to give up Future Perfect, I guess.
Well, I don't think he was happy about it. He just knows that he was losing it regardless.
GFI. Oof. Okay, so down to 5 points. 5 points already. I mean, there aren't a lot of agendas in this deck. This tech starting. Okay.
Kill it.
I think you do kill it. It's only 1 credit. But
he's already used his Wizard.
Oh, he used Wizard, sorry. In fact, that was a misplay. He thought he'd used Wizard, but he hadn't.
Right.
The museum he thought he'd used it on was actually the previous turn.
Right.
Alex had only taken 3 credits, so it was a short corp turn.
Death.
Yeah, I think trashing Ronin's a no-brainer, since that's one of the cards that's going to kill you.
Yeah.
Although he would have been able to trash it if it hit the table, but you can trash it just because you can run again and access a new card, I guess, and he may well do that.
Yeah, and as he keeps trashing cards from hand as well, Alex hasn't been able to draw up and trash cards.
He's going to run again. He's going to hit a Kamainu. Okay, so that's annoying, and now he needs to consider that. He keeps running R&D because it's uniced. He hasn't really run HQ since Alex got his money up. Is he worried about hitting Dangerous Ice?
If he hit a Kamainu not late on in his turn, it could be a problem because he could install Bioethics or something.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I think he'd still survive because he's not going to have new EMPs or anything, and Dave would trash anything he installs. But if those things were, say, a snare, which I don't think Alex is running, but then he could die.
Yeah, so he's going to overdraw and it's going to bin some more cards. So
he's got 2 cards in the bin now. Probably as a Kamainu and R&D. It's looking a bit better for Alex.
Yeah,
but one agenda wins the game.
That's true, and
that's not where
he's got 8 credits, so he can probably res 1, maybe 2 of these ice. Maybe all 3 is not likely. I don't think
He's looking for another
I
Siphon.
don't know do we know how much ice is in this deck? How much ice has Alex got? Is it going to be a lot, or is it going to be quite low?
I think it's quite low, but it's more than... It's not like the 3, where it's probably 3 Hive, and then, like, we've seen...
Kamanu, Cortex Lock, that kind of thing. Just like...
maybe a Cortex Lock or something, or Crick, I don't know.
Cricks seem good.
But it's probably going to be, like, 6 or 7 pieces of ice, I reckon. No more. I don't know the nuances of Prison IG. I don't,
sure, okay.
I know that it's horrible.
So Alex had to purge there, so that the sucker was up to 5. So that seems reasonable if we think parasites were around, and if he's worried about Faust. If he installs Faust and runs with 5 sucker tokens, then
it also says something about the ice that is out, right? So the ice is obviously not all just Hives and Kamainu, because
maybe. You may be right. Although, he has no clone chips or anything like that.
So like maybe there is some ice with some serious strength on the table, like maybe there's an assassin down, something like that.
So you sort of turntable. That's not going to do any work.
That is not going to help.
No, I wonder why. I actually do wonder why Dave played turntable.
Because you can discard, maybe. I don't know. Right.
I mean, so Super Static goes down. Okay, that's strong. Strongish. It turns off Wizard, which will start to protect a lot of the trashing that Wizard is doing.
Yeah. So we can install him in by City Hall, and now it will cost.
That's right. He can start installing
3 or 4.
Yeah, and it will cost like 6, say, real credits to trash.
Wizard, but I still think you do it as high. With 18, Dave would still trash him in bad.
Of course he would. Of course he would. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he's so rich.
So he's going to have a check on HQ. There is an agenda in hand. So this could be game if he lets him in.
But if he lets him in, he can. Yeah, he's worried about the Siphon and how poor he is.
Maybe so. He's going to pull diversified. Okay, that's not going to do a lot of work.
Not right this second, no.
So I think that might be the only agenda in HQ. Dave's going to go back again.
Because, I mean, he purged for the...
It's feasible.
Yes, the game.
And that's it.
Wow.
So,
wow.
I think that the whole path of that game was decided in the first turn. Alex's very first turn, he decided... He had to make a quick decision if he thought Dave was on Siphon or not. And if it's a criminal, it's no-brainer.
And if he is on Siphon, does he have it?
If he has it, that's right. Because turn 2 could very easily have been Ice HQ, Ice R&D, credit or whatever. But he decided to take the risk. He decided to play a strong anti-wizard play of overdrawing, binning 2 cards and icing archives, so that all your assets...
Yeah, because he had Mumbai City Hall in hand, Museum in hand...
Yes, he's going to have a handful of stuff he wants to keep. Yep. So having all that stuff, the trash cost up by 2, is very strong. We don't know what was on the remote. It doesn't matter, really. It's just going to be something that's going to make Dave not want to run there once it's rest.
Yeah, it was certainly a weaker turn.
Could be a crick or something.
Protect HQ, take 2 credits is a weaker turn, but if he's got Siphon, it's the right turn.
Yes.
I mean,
so he took a risk and it did backfire.
Given that you know now that he's running 3 Siphon, 3 making an entrance, 3 inject, you're probably going to protect that HQ. The chance of Dave not siphoning you turn 1 is pretty big when he's got 3 making an entrance, 3 injects, 3 iPad worse, 3 Siphon.
Yeah.
That's a lot of ways of siphoning you turn 1.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of draw get the Siphon. Because getting an early Siphon is important. And against something like IG, managing the economy is very important for Dave and that Wizard, because he wants to really, really pressure the assets, really kill the assets that don't want to be there. That's what Wizard's for, and really deny them getting rezzed and coming back, which is what Siphons are for, I suppose. The economy denial. So I'd say a whole game that turned on an early risk that was taken, but I think it's fair to say it backfired.
Yeah.
Because Alex never recovered. I mean, he got to a point where there was a few cards in the bin and he had some money, but he never started installing remotes. He didn't even get that far.
Yeah, I think he started to recover. I think the purge was probably a mistake, because, I mean, he purged essentially 6 or 7 data saga tokens.
Yeah, we didn't find out why.
And then didn't res any more ice, which was letting... If Dave hadn't won the game there on the fetal, he'd got back to 6 data saga tokens.
I mean, maybe you were... maybe Alex was playing the long game and he was planning... I'm not really sure.
But then he let him get all his sucker tokens back again without resing any ice. So I don't think
maybe he felt at that time he felt secure. I think that fetal might be the only agenda in hand.
It was, yeah. So he ran it 3 times or 2 times.
Yeah. So I think it's possible he was just in a position where he said, okay, maybe the turn before when he was purging, he's looking at his hand. He's like, I've got no agendas. I've got some money. I'm worried that those parasites are going to turn into my dead ice. Those data suckers are going to turn into clone chip parasites, or Faust cutlery, or whatever.
Yeah, but the purge is only strong when you're not going to let him back in again to get the data sucker tokens back.
That's true. If he wasn't in a position to res all the ice the very next time they get hit, then I agree.
I mean, there's a chance that ice was a Kamainu or something, and he was waiting for him. Like, if he'd have gone in again, like, he would have res the Kamainu, and then it would have been a problem.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I'm sure Alex and Dave chatted to us about that game, and I think in length, which was on the podcast, but I've now forgotten what they said. So
I don't think they went into a lot of detail about the game. It wasn't very long.
Yeah.
As I say, it basically revolved around the fact that we got siphoned turn 1 and didn't recover. Okay, all right. Well, sometimes you get a really long game.
If you want to hear those guys chat about the it's on the Expo Grid episode something of our podcast, and
2, I think it's 2, yeah.
First or second click, they just chatted about. It's the first click.
Yeah, they did. Yes. So
they chatted about that game.
If you'd like to find any more of our videos, we're on the website, nearandgrid.co.uk, and we're on Twitter and Facebook and Patreon. And, as Joey mentioned, you should listen to their channel podcast, the episode he refers to, episode 2, I think, which is called Expo Grid. We had Dave and Alex on as guests speaking about... Yeah, guests. Speaking about that tournament in particular. We had a fairly lengthy chat with them about it, about their progress through the day and the meta and that kind of thing. It was super interesting, and I learned a lot.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Joey, for helping me commentate.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.